My name's Thomas Kelly, Director of Retention here at Worcester State, and this is Welcome to Worcester State. Welcome to Worcester State is an online web show where each week we talk about the most important topics that are part of a student's transition to Worcester State. This week we are talking about residence life. So this episode specifically is if you are a resident student or you are interested in living on campus or you're a commuter student and maybe you're thinking about living on campus in the future, this is the episode for you. I'm happy and excited to be joined today by Interim Assistant Director of Residence Life, Rebecca Giard. Rebecca, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Thomas.
You are welcome. Rebecca and I used to work together because I used to work in Residence Life. So super excited to be interviewing you today. Can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and about Residence Life here at Worcester State?
Of course. So as Thomas said, my name is Rebecca and I'm currently the Interim Assistant Director for Residence Life and Housing. I've been at Worcester State for 5 years. I started as a Residence Director, which I'm still currently doing technically. I'm overseeing Chandler Village, and in my current interim role as Assistant Director, I am overseeing housing operations. So that's all things related to housing selection and room changes and processes for the department and things like that. So you'll be contacting me for anything housing related for the time being, which I'm super excited to welcome you all to campus. Residence Life has a department of 8 people. There's a director, an associate director, and 2 assistant directors. And then there's 4 residence directors. So we're super excited to have you. As far as buildings go for first year students, we have Dowden Hall and Sheehan Hall. Dowden Hall is that pretty much the typical first year residence hall that you think of. So it's corridor style with double rooms, common bathrooms. There are a few single rooms mixed in there and a few triple occupancy rooms, but for the most part they are double rooms. So you share a common bathroom. They are gender specific. There's common rooms on the floors, and there's also study lounges that students can use. So it's really awesome. You get to know a lot of first year students. There are also resident assistants that assist you, and I will get into that a little bit more. And then Sheehan Hall is a semi-suite style residence hall. There are 100 suites in the building, and they are comprised of 2 double rooms, so 2 double bedrooms, and then you share a bathroom with the 2 people in the other bedroom. So 4 people share a bathroom, so that's pretty cool. There are also common rooms on all of those floors, and there are also study lounges. So that's pretty much Sheehan. As far as resident assistants go, I mentioned that a little bit, and resident assistants are our student leaders who are here to help you get acclimated to living on campus, and they program and they community build, and they're there for a resource for kind of whatever you need. So if you have questions, they're going to be the people that are living in the hall with you, kind of helping you adjust to campus living.
Awesome. Yeah. And a little bit about Sheehan. Sheehan also has our dining hall on campus, so Pulse on Dining. So great thing about living in Sheehan is you just go downstairs and there's the dining hall. So that's a pretty nice amenity. All right, so let's talk a little bit about a student has they paid their enrollment deposit, they've paid their housing deposit. Yep. What happens next for them?
Yeah, so the next thing is that we get your name from admissions, and we put you into our housing software, and then we start sending you emails weekly, giving you information about filling out your license agreement, which we'll get into a little bit more, and kind of what the next steps are to make living on campus a reality for you.
Awesome. And all those emails are going to a student's Worcester account?
Yes, they're Worcester State email account, so you should really get in the habit of checking that on a regular basis, because that's how Residence Life and majority of the departments on campus will be communicating with you.
It's a common theme. Every time we talk about email on here, we're talking about checking your Worcester email address. Okay, you kind of brought this up, but what exactly is the licensing agreement, and where can a student find it?
Yeah, of course. So the license agreement is something that students need to sign in order to be able to live on campus. It is an agreement, and it goes over the terms and conditions of living on campus. It touches on policies and information you may need to know in order to live on campus, and you do need to sign it, as I said. It is a agreement, so I highly suggest you read it very carefully and make sure you understand it all. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we in Residence Life, and we will be more than happy to answer any questions so that you know exactly what you're assigning. As far as where it can be found, so once you pay your housing deposit, we put you into our housing database, like I said before, and you will then have access to what's called your My Housing account, and that's going to be at worcester.edu/myhousing. So that to log in there, you use your Worcester State username and password, just like you do for email, and you can log in, and that's where the license agreement can be found. So once you're in that, it will be at the top of the screen, there's applications, and you just click on that and then go to the Residence Hall License Agreement and Questionnaire 2018-2019 and fill that out.
Awesome. So within that license agreement, there's a questionnaire for first-year students. So what exactly is that first-year questionnaire, and what is it used for?
Yeah, so the questionnaire just asks you questions about yourself, like what your study habits are, if you're a night owl or a morning person, smoker or non-smoker, things like that, so that when we go to match you with a roommate for the upcoming year, we can kind of figure out who you might be a good compatible match with.
Awesome.
So I definitely recommend that you fill it out and not mom or dad or any guardian or anyone else. It really should be a reflection of you so that we can make sure that we get you as good of a roommate match as possible.
Great. So what if a student already has a roommate in mind?
Of course. So we get that a lot, especially once orientation happens. You definitely found your best friend at college, and that's a super exciting time. So students can definitely request to match with another student. That happens May 1st through June 30th, and that's only if you have signed a license agreement are you able to match. So if one of you has signed it and the other one hasn't, that one who hasn't signed it can't match with you yet. But you can do that through your My Housing account, and more information will come out in an email from Residence Life about kind of that process. There's a short video to show you how to do that, but each of you needs to link with each other. So if you request your friend needs to accept that request in order for you to be able to live together.
Okay, so for roommate matching, to make sure that we have it, both students need to sign their license agreements.
Correct.
Then they need to initiate some sort of invitation to roommate match, and that needs to get accepted.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Awesome.
Two-step process, just like Thomas said, super easy and concise.
Okay. So students signed their license agreement, filled out their questionnaire, they've done their roommate matching. When are they going to get this room assignment for fall? Yes,
that is definitely an exciting time. Students will be emailed their rooming assignment or housing assignment after July 9th. They can also find it in their My Housing account after July 9th. If you log in on the home page, it will say room assignment, and you can scroll down to there and you can see where you'll be living and who your roommate will be. And if you're living in Sheen, you'll be able to see who the other two people in your suite will be as well.
Awesome. So check your worcester.edu email address, because that's where you're going to get your room assignment. Okay, awesome. Well, I think that those are all of our questions for now. We are going to have Residence Life back later on in the season for a bunch of other topics. But I think for today, that's good. But you already know about this, that we have this magical wheel.
Yes.
That we spin, and there's questions, and everybody loves it. Or maybe they don't love it. I don't know.
I'm excited.
Good. I am excited as well. So if you want to give the wheel a spin.
Oh, I get to spin
You spin it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You
Hopefully
control your
I
own
don't break
destiny.
it.
Okay, and we got must know. Oh, so exciting. All right.
Man.
So what is one thing you feel like a new student coming to Worcester State needs to know?
Something that a new student needs to know, I would say, is to definitely get involved. I think that getting involved on campus can really shape your experience. So I think that that's a must need to know thing. You can get involved in organizations through the Office of Student Involvement. You can get involved in clubs related to your major, just coming to events and meeting people that way. Those are all really good things. And utilize your time on campus. Really put yourself out there and do things that you might not have done before, and just kind of experience and explore like all that you can do and everything like that.
Awesome. That's so true. Especially, as a resident student, there's so many things that are always going on, whether they're in your residence hall, a different residence hall, all the things that are going on campus already. It's just awesome. Great. That's an awesome must know. All right. Well, that's everything that we have for today. So this has been welcome to Worcester State. My name is Thomas Kelly, Director of Retention. This has been Rebecca Giard, Interim Assistant Director of Residence Life. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Have a good one. Bye.